This is Social Distortion by Social Distortion. Let's talk records. It is 1985, somewhere in California. Mike Ness is hitting rock bottom. Years of addiction and constant chaos finally catch up with him. After overdoses, arrests, and watching friends die, he checks himself into rehab. Sobriety becomes the dividing line in his life, before and after. And the after is where everything changes. Clean, focused, and rebuilding his life from scratch, Ness finally starts writing with clarity. For the first time, the old punk attitude meets something deeper. Country storytelling, rockabilly swagger, and hard lessons he'd actually lived. That mix would shape the next 5 years and eventually lead to the self-titled album that redefined Social Distortion. After getting sober, the band brought in a stable lineup. Ness, rhythm guitarist Dennis Danell, bassist John Moore, and drummer Christopher Reese. They signed with Epic Records in late 1989, their first major label deal. A huge step for a band that came out of the Orange County punk rock scene. Recording took place in early 1990 with producer Dave Jordan, who had just worked on Jane's Addiction's Nothing Shocking. Jordan helped Ness refine the band's sound. Still tough, still punk, but now bigger, cleaner, and closer to the roots rock direction Ness had always loved. The album opens with So Far Away, which sets the tone. Recovery, guilt, survival. This wasn't teenage rebellion anymore. This was adulthood hitting hard. Story of My Life may be the most personal song Ness ever wrote. It's about time slipping away, about friendships fading, about growing older and realizing life doesn't turn out the way you imagine. Ness wrote pieces of it after getting sober, looking back at all the years he burned. Another major moment is Ball and Chain. Ness has said the song came straight from the weight of addiction and heartbreak. It's practically a blues song disguised as punk. Then you have their cover of Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire. It's the perfect example of who Social Distortion had become. Punk rock attitude meeting American roots music. This track helped introduce a whole new generation to country-influenced punk long before it became a trend. Released on March 27th, 1990, the album didn't explode right away, but it grew steadily as the band toured non-stop. Over time, it has become a landmark. The record that turned Social Distortion into a national name. The album helped define the cowpunk or roots rock genre, mixing the raw energy of punk rock with the storytelling and instrumentation of country, blues, and rockabilly. The rise of alternative rock radio and MTV were also big factors that contributed to the major success of the record, thanks to singles like Story of My Life and Ball and Chain that became alternative rock staples. This was their first album to chart on the Billboard 200, peaking at number 128, a significant accomplishment for a band from the early hardcore punk rock scene. It eventually went gold, and today it's seen as their breakthrough, the point where punk energy, honesty, and Americana all fused into one sound. For Mike Ness, this album wasn't just a comeback. It was proof that you can crawl out of the dark, rebuild, and make something that lasts forever. Close your eyes and it's